How to dispose of natural dye. Have you ever wondered what happens to the leftover dye after creating beautiful textiles with natural dyes? Disposing of natural dye is not just about getting rid of waste. It involves respecting both the environment and cultural traditions. Natural dyes are derived from plants, minerals, or other natural sources, making them generally safer than synthetic dyes. However, proper disposal is still essential to prevent any negative impact on the environment. When using natural dyes, it's important to consider the mordants involved. Mordants are substances that help fix the dye to the fabric. Common mordants include alum and tannins, which are relatively safe. On the other hand, some mordants like tin or copper can be more hazardous if used in large amounts. Knowing what you used is key to deciding how to dispose of the dye. One safe method is to pour leftover dye baths down the drain, but only if you use gentle mordants like alum or tannic acid. Make sure to dilute it with plenty of water. This method works well if you do not have a septic system, as these substances are biodegradable. However, if your home relies on a septic system, be cautious. Even natural substances can disrupt the balance if disposed of in large quantities. For liquid dye residues, you can mix the dye with absorbent materials like sawdust or cat litter until it solidifies. This solid mass can then be thrown away with regular household waste. This method is especially useful if the dye bath contains less environmentally friendly mordants or if local regulations prohibit draining dye solutions. Another option is composting. Some natural dye residues, especially those free from toxic mordants, can be added to compost or used as a soil amendment. This practice aligns with traditional methods where women's communities often returned plant remnants to the earth, benefiting gardens or fields. Always check that no harmful mordants or additives are present before composting. It's also important to avoid water pollution. Even natural dyes can affect aquatic life if disposed of improperly. Women's cultural traditions often emphasize living in harmony with nature, so disposing of dyes in a way that protects water sources is consistent with these values. Throughout history, women across cultures have used natural dyes in textile creation, passing down knowledge about sustainable practices. To maintain these traditions today, consider using natural mordants that are safe for the environment. Minimize waste by reusing dye baths for multiple sessions and dispose of residues thoughtfully. In summary, to dispose of natural dye safely and respectfully, use gentle mordants like alum or tannins. Pour small amounts of leftover dye baths down the drain with water if it is safe for your plumbing system. Solidify liquid residues with absorbents for trash disposal if necessary. Compost plant-based residues without harmful additives, and always prioritize protecting local water and soil. By following these practices, you honor the traditional relationship between women, textiles, and the environment.